Having to work hard in this first inning. And he strikes out White with a breaking ball. Another breaking ball hit into the corner in left field and gone!
And this is interesting right here. Mike Scioscia asking for the ball. Ohtani, the very humble young man, shakes his hand.
What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. I just want to say thank you guys all so much for the support on yesterday's video. If you guys did not see it, I uploaded a Eminem style walk-up song video, and it was actually, I thought it was pretty good. One of my better videos in quite some time, and I do love these MLB recap videos, but sometimes I just have to go outside and be creative because if I'm stuck inside all day, my mind goes crazy. But we're going to get back to baseball today. So I've been watching baseball for about 22 years now. So I've been alive for 22, but watching baseball for like 18. Honestly, about 18 out of 22 years, and I have never seen this done in my entire life.
Guy comes over. Is that ball hit deep? Stay fair. Yes, you can put it on the board. Barksdale. Oh, I'll tell you, Rocky was. There you go. Stay fair. Way. How many times you didn't see this?
So if you guys missed what just happened, or if you have no idea or don't understand what the guy did, so he hit a home run, but they called it foul. And then 3 or 4 pitches later, he hit a home run pretty much to the same exact spot, but just a little bit more fair. So I've never seen that before. I've seen a lot of guys yank a pitch down the right or left field line, and then they strike out, or they get a single or something crazy like that. But I've never seen someone hit a foul ball and then a home run in the same at bat. Have you guys seen that before? What I want you guys to do right now in the comment section down below is I want you guys to tell me what is the craziest thing that you have ever seen on a baseball field. Is it what you just saw right now, where you hit a foul ball home run and then a home run in the same at bat, or have you seen something crazier? Let me know right now. Speaking of craziness, my gosh, Matt Kemp is going off in the month of September. Like, already it's been a couple days and this guy is the MVP. Give him the player of the month. I mean, just look at what he did.
Here we go. Fly ball left center field. Matt Kemp has done it again! The Dodgers take 3 of 4 from Arizona and are alone in first in the West.
I know it might seem like deja vu because Matt Kemp, this is his second walk-off already in the week, and I feel bad for Archie Bradley. So Archie Bradley is the closer for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they were sitting pretty just a few days ago. They were in first place. They had sole possession of the NL West. Yeah, and then Archie Bradley met Matt Kemp, and then Matt Kemp made Archie Bradley his son. There's no other way to put it. So we'll talk about the standings at the end of the video like we do in every single recap. But for right now, I do have to let you guys know, because of Matt Kemp, the Dodgers are now in first place in the NL West. And there's no tie. They're in first place. I told you guys a couple recaps ago when the Dodgers went on a 5-game winning streak that they just looked different. It didn't seem like they were the same team without Kenley Jansen. And I know that Kenley Jansen came back and he blew 2 straight saves, but he seems like he's back. Matt Kemp is raking. They're playing great baseball at the perfect timing because you always want to be the hottest team of baseball going into the playoffs. That's how the Astros did really well last year. That's how the Indians a couple years ago were able to make it to the World Series, and then we choked because they were really hot going into the playoffs, and then they continued that going into the World Series. So we'll see if this year if the Dodgers can't actually keep up with their hot streak, because right now they're playing really good baseball, and yeah, I would not want to be a Rockies fan or a Diamondbacks fan right now because I would be super stressed. Do not get me wrong, there's still about 2 or 3 weeks left of the season. There's the wild card that's up for grabs as well, so we're not going to worry about it just yet. But Dodgers fans, we have something positive to talk about, so there you go.
And a 2-0 count. And this one rips center field. Harper goes back to the wall. It's gone! A grand slam for Christian Yelich, his first career, and the Brewers opening up this game.
We're going to have to talk about a few potential MVP candidates, and the first one being Christian Yelich. This guy, I think he might be one of the best overall players in all of Major League Baseball. Now, his glove is all right. He used to have almost a gold glove when he was with the Marlins. I'm not sure what happened, but he's got a really good arm. He can run. He can hit for power this year. I think he's almost up to 100 runs. He's got 80-something RBIs. I mean, this guy, whatever you need Christian Yelich to do, he has your back. He can do everything. So the only way that we can follow up that clip of Christian Yelich hitting a grand slam for the Brewers is if we show another clip from a potential MVP, Javier Baez.
That is a towering shot, and it's number 30. Number 100 driven in for Javier Baez. 3-0. 30th of 2018, knocked in his 100th run.
The one thing that you really have to pay attention to with this clip is the fact that that wasn't just a scrub starting pitcher. That was Aaron Nola, one of the front runners to win the NL Cy Young this year in 2018, and he took him deep. Another thing that we have to bring up is the fact that Javier Baez is the 4th Chicago Cubs infielder. I'm not sure about this stat because in my head I feel like I've seen other players do this, but they said that he's the 4th infielder in Cubs history to have 30 home runs and 100 RBIs in one season, joining Ernie Banks, Ryan Sandberg, and Rogers Hornsby. Maybe I'm mistaken when they say infielder, maybe it's just middle infielders, because I could have sworn that Aramis Ramirez has hit 30 home runs and had 100 RBIs, and then also there's Derek Lee. I don't know if you guys remember Derek Lee, I'll put up his stats right now, but those guys raked, so I'm pretty sure that they just made a mistake by calling it infielders, because I know that Derek Lee and Aramis, they could rake back in the day. Regardless, that's still really good company to be in. Roger Hornsby, Hall of Fame. Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Fame. Ernie Banks, Hall of Fame. So if you kind of take that all into account, is Javier Baez on track to be a Hall of Famer? Who knows? I can make an entire video right now of active players that I think are going to be in the Hall of Fame going forward. The first one that jumps off the list is Mike Trout. If you guys want to see a video of me talking about players that are still currently playing that might make the Hall of Fame, go ahead and slap a like on this one and let me know in the comment section down below that you want to see that video. Alright guys, so now we have another debate coming. So this is just my personal opinion. So if I had to take one pitcher in all of Major League Baseball who is not going to get injured and can throw 9 innings at their complete best, I might take this guy right here.
We'll try and go 9 today. And he gets Blanco looking at 99 on the inside black. 1-2 coming. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Noah Syndergaard with the first complete game of his Major League career, a 2-hitter.
I'm not trying to take anything away from his teammate Jacob deGrom. I'm not trying to take anything away from Chris Sale, Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, Corey Kluber, none of those guys. But Thor, Noah Syndergaard, that guy can throw 100 miles an hour. He's got some pretty deadly off speed, and if he can go 9 innings whenever he wants, I might have to take him. I know that might be blasphemy in some of your opinions, considering his teammate has a 1.68 ERA, Jacob deGrom. Max Scherzer does his thing every single year. But again, guys, that's just my opinion. Do not hate me. He had a complete game 2-hitter. I think he had 9 strikeouts. So when Noah Syndergaard, Mr. Thor, when he gets angry and when he's on top of his game, yeah, you can see his dominance. 2-hitter, 9 innings. Wow.
And that's how you respond. No doubt about it. Lead-off homer off the facade of the second deck.
Don't make him mad.
The next clip that we're going to talk about, there's some good news and some bad news. The bad news is not going to relate to you guys in any single way. It's really not going to be important to you guys. But Ronald Acuna Jr. hit his 7th leadoff home run yesterday for the Atlanta Braves, which ties a record. So one more home run, and he'll have another record for the Braves this year. That's the good news. I love Ronald Acuna Jr. He's one of my favorite players in the league now, up and coming. He might be the next Mike Trout. Who knows how his career is going to play out. But the bad news is the fact that he hit this home run off my friend Nick Kingham. So Nick, if you're watching this, I want to say I'm sorry so much for bringing that up. But the one also silver lining is the fact that was the only run that he gave up. So he went 5 innings, he had 4 strikeouts, and he only gave up the 1 run. So not too bad. He didn't let it affect him. So our next story is kind of a bummer for me, because as an Indians fan, I was hyped up and ready to see this guy play. Josh Donaldson was just sent to the 10-day DL. The reason why is because he's just not up to speed just yet. I saw him taking ground balls a couple days ago. He looks pretty solid. I'm just not sure where he's at in terms of the percentages. Is he 85% healthy? Are we waiting for him to be 100% healthy? I'm not too sure. So we'll have to wait a few days to see when JD is coming back to the Cleveland Indians. I'm hoping that it's soon. The only downside is he is missing the Toronto's Blue Jays matchup. So I was hoping for an Edwin Encarnacion, Josh Donaldson coming back home to the Blue Jays and then seeing that series play out. That would have been a lot of fun. But speaking of the Blue Jays, they just made it known that they're not calling up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. What kind of franchise are you running? You lose Edwin Encarnacion, and that kind of kickstarts the downfall of your team. You trade Josh Donaldson for almost nothing, and then Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a spot opens up for him at third base. The guy in 29 games is hitting .340 with 6 home runs and a .918 OPS in AAA, and you tell him that he's not going to come up in September. If I'm a Blue Jays fan, I'm upset. Why would you not bring this kid up? He is one of the most touted prospects, I think, since Chris Bryant, since Bryce Harper. I'm speechless. I think we need to start a petition to get Vladimir Guerrero in the starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. I don't care if I have to have Kevin G.O.D. go to the front office of the Blue Jays staff right now. I will get him to yell and swear at them until they call this man up. It's gonna happen. Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap up the stories from yesterday. So again, we have to go over the standings because there was a lot of change yesterday. If we look at the American League, the Yankees are still 7.5 games back of the Red Sox. Their Twins 14 games back of the Indians. We all know we don't have to talk about the Central. In the AL West, the Athletics are now 2.5 games back. So they were first, they were tied, they were 1.5 games back, and now they're 2.5 games back. And that's just because the Astros, they're getting all of their players back. So the Athletics, they're a great team, but the Astros, they're just stacked. In the wild card, the Yankees are up by 4.5 games in first place. The Athletics are in second, and then you have the Mariners down there at 5.5 games. In the National League, the Braves are still up by 4 games over the Phillies, so we'll see how that pans out. The Cubs, they're pulling away. The Brewers, they've gone from 3 games back to 4 games back. Now the Brewers and the Cardinals are both 5 and 5.5 games out. In the NL West, we can see that the Dodgers are now in first place. They're a half game up of the Rockies, and the Diamondbacks are now a full 1 game out. So they went from first to third place in the span of 3 days. Absolutely insane. And then the wild card for the National League, the Brewers are up by half a game. The Cardinals are in second place, and the Rockies are down by 1.5 games. The Arizona Diamondbacks are down by 2 games. And then we got the Phillies down at 3.5 games back. So, you all know I say every single ending of the video, I get super heated, I get super out of breath, and I need water because the standings, they take your breath away. It's Christmas coming early. It's an amazing time to be a baseball fan. We don't know who's going to win any of the divisions. We don't know who's going to win AL Cy Young, NL Cy Young, MVP, Rookie of the Year. Everything's up in the air this year, and I could not be happier. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and slap a like on this one. Subscribe if you want to see more MLB recaps. I probably will post 2 videos tomorrow, so, guys, make sure that you keep a lookout for that. Also, follow me on Twitch. If you guys don't know, I do stream on Twitch. A lot of you guys don't follow me over there, so click those bells on both YouTube and Twitch so you guys are notified when I am live, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.